Mr. Jevon, thank you for coming on the Red Carpet Roundtable podcast.
Thank you for having me. It's been a long time coming.
You're very welcome. I've read a lot about you. You're a comedian. Stand-up comedy and everything. You love make people laugh. That's what we need in this
Yes,
world for sure.
yes.
I'm gonna dig into that question. What made you get into comedy?
It's kind of a long story, and I'll try to give the shorter version because I can be a very long-winded guy. I like to talk. Basically, I've been a performer my entire life, man. I used to dance, I used to sing, I used to rap, I used to act. I still act. I love writing. So when I was, before I became a father and a husband, I was taking my rap career kind of seriously. But life, once again starts happening. I became a father, then a husband. So, then a father of two. So having to, when you're a man, and I always say this, men in society, we are looked at as people who are traditionally supposed to put everyone before themselves and sacrifice and all that. And that's cool. You are supposed to do that as a man. But while doing that, a lot of times we lose ourselves and lose some of our passion. So when I got married and had children, and I'm working a 9 to 5 that I really didn't, I wasn't too passionate about. I didn't see much promise in, but it was my way to take care of my family. So my daughter at the time was around. I would say she's probably about 8 years old.
Hmm.
And she was, my daughter loved to dance. She still loves to dance. At the time, she was on a competitive dance team. And I noticed that when she was performing with one of her friends that was also a really good dancer, she would kind of dim her light. She wouldn't dance as hard. She wouldn't be as confident. And I just was having a conversation with her about like anything in life that you want to have, you got to give 110%. Don't let anybody discourage
Amen.
you, put fear aside. And I'm telling her all this stuff that a dad should tell a daughter. But when I'm listening to her, I'm like, damn, Javon, you're being a hypocrite because here you are not doing any of the things you used to be passionate about. So I wasn't rapping anymore at this time. I mean, I still
Hmm.
can rap. Rap music is my first love, but I'm saying actively rapping. And one day I happened to go to a comedy show with a friend of mine, and the comedy show, the host of the show was his coworker. So I just went, with something to do. And I'm sitting there and I'm looking and I'm like, if these guys do this for a living, I'm funnier than them. I damn sure could do it. And it's funny. I have a friend of mine. He's a comedian too, A. Zanders. I'm gonna actually talk to you about maybe having him on the show. We grew up together, right? And he tells me the story. He says, "Yo, I remember us being in the backyard of our building, and you said you wanted to be a comedian when we was little. I don't remember that, but I did always enjoy watching stand up. Eddie Murphy, Richard Pryor, Martin
Hmm.
Lawrence, who was my comedic, inspiration. So always been a performer, but sitting there and watching these guys, I grew up in a tough neighborhood in Brooklyn.
Hmm.
We snapped on each other. I grew up as a nerdy kid wearing thick glasses that got picked on, so I always had to have a swift comeback. So I was being groomed for comedy without even knowing it. So at this comedy show after it, I went to the guy that was hosting. I said, "Yo, my man, I would like to try my hand at this. It looks like something I could do." And he was like, "Sure, I'll put you on the next show next week." I said, "Oh, hold on, brother, not that fast. Give me some time to prepare setting and get my mind right." So he put me on the show the following month. When I killed it, it went 100 times better than I could ever
Amazing.
imagine. And the rest is history. Here I am, 13 years later.
Well, there's a lot of actors who are comedian as well.
Mm-hmm.
And it's being in the entertainment industry, being an actors, director, comedian. We are telling, I say as comedian, you're telling people stories a different way, and it's amazing because we want to make excuse my language, people laugh,
Right.
right? And it's very important to bring positive energy to the
Definitely.
environment. And that's why I love comedy. It's
And
wonderful.
not to cut you off, you make a great point. Like most comedians, when people ask us why we do comedy, we usually give the same generic answer, which is true. We like to make people laugh. But I take it a step further, and it's kind of echoing what you're saying, right? I tell people, not only do I like to make people laugh, I love being in a room full of people that I don't know, right? But that are happy and smiling and having a good time, feeling good about themselves, and knowing I played a part in that. Because you never know what someone is going through. Someone could come to your
Hmm.
show that just lost a loved one, just lost their job, just broke up, or just having a bad day. And you standing there for, 15, 20 minutes and making them laugh could make them forget about everything they're going through. So that's what it is about me, lifting people's spirits and trying to make sure people leave better off than when they came to the
Right.
spot and saw me perform.
100%. Have you, if you mind me asking, have you ever
Mhm.
thought about getting into acting?
Well, I do act.
That's what I'm
I act.
saying. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah, yeah. I do act.
I was trying to
I
put you on the spot there.
I've been in a number of independent projects. It's funny. I'm so tired today because, and I said I am not going to cancel on him again. So after we spoke yesterday, actually, what I mean, I got a text from a casting agency contacted me about auditioning for a commercial. So I had to learn lines and I had to shoot a self tape. And it was crazy because for some reason, and you can kind of see it now, for some reason, the natural light in my apartment is not agreeing with me. Uh, the lighting on the walls and everything, I didn't have my backdrop. So it was a very hectic
Hmm.
and tiring day. Last night I was going to try to shoot it, but once again, the lighting wasn't good and I was a little tired. So I said I'll get up early this morning and do it. So I went to sleep like 2 a.m. trying to get, the lighting and everything right. Woke up at about 7 and was shooting all the way until I would say maybe 9 to like maybe 11:45 because I wanted to send it before 12. So with all that, I was crazy tired, but I said I'm not going to cancel again. But actually, once again, me being long-winded, but actually, comedy has always been a stepping stone for me to get back
Hmm.
into acting because I
Hmm.
used to act as a kid. Well, I love to act.
I was trying to put you on the spot, but you answered
It's
right
all
away.
good. It's all
Being
good,
an
man.
actor,
I
you
try to
know.
listen. That's that improv, man. When you're a comedian, you got to be quick with it, man, and
Right.
ready
That's
to
why I was like,
respond quickly.
that's because you said I am acting. I was like, oh, I was trying to put you on the spot.
Good
um,
job.
you know, like I said, being in the entertainment industry,
Mhm.
being an actor, and
Yes,
I'm going to talk about this because it's tough. It's thick skin. It is tough.
yes,
It is, it's everybody who's in it knows it. It's tough.
yes.
It's not easy peasy or
Right,
breezy, you want to say.
right.
And I think this is a message for, you can tell a lot of young people out there, young actors who are upcoming. What is your advice? What's your message for a lot of young kids who are, maybe 6 years old, teenagers, especially high school kids, but mainly more younger than them, who are, looking up to you, who are following you, or following other actors or any comedian who are in the entertainment, who wants to get into the entertainment industry, tongue twisting there. Um, what's your advice for them? Because I know they think that if you get in, it's like, bam, I'm gonna win a big Oscar award, or bam, I'm gonna be on stage and make people laugh. And I just want, the reason I keep bringing this up for every guest I have
Mhm.
on my show is because I want to keep talking about it, because let them know it's not
Gotcha.
easy. It's not
No, it's
easy.
not.
It's tough. So what's your message?
I would say make sure anything you chase or you pursue in life, you're truly passionate about it. And don't let money be a driving force, right? Because to your point, man, this journey is not for the faint of heart. And coming up, you will have a lot of no's, you will have a lot of disappointment. But you got to keep pushing through and believe in yourself, even when people doubt you, because people will doubt you. There's people that I love and love me that have known me my entire life, have never been to a show, or when I send them, like I just co-wrote a film with a friend of mine, excuse me, called
Hmm.
Spur of the Moment, and we're doing a campaign to raise funds for it. You send stuff to people, they don't respond, they don't support you, so it's gonna be a long, sometimes lonely road. But believe in yourself, keep God first, and you can achieve the impossible. You know what I mean? And there's a motivational speaker that I listen to a lot, Mr. Les Brown. He said, in life you got to know your vitamin, right? So
Hmm.
when someone tells you no, just take it and get stronger because you're
Right.
getting close. Each no is getting you closer to that yes. So I,
Amen.
that's basically it. Don't
Yeah.
give up. Believe in yourself and do things for the right reason.
You
Do
just said it
things.
right there. You just said
Yeah,
it right there. You said
yeah.
believe in
That's it.
yourself. Don't
Yeah,
give
you
up.
got to.
Keep going. Keep fighting. Keep going, and just walk forward. You
Mm-hmm.
do audition. Forget it. That forget you did the audition. Keep going. Forget you did the audition. Keep
That's
going.
right. That's right.
100%.
Yeah.
Um, What is your long-term goal
Mhm.
and your short-term goal as actor comedian Jevon?
Okay, so short term, I would say booking this audition I just submitted today. That's very short term. But just getting into more acting. You know what I mean? Commercials, television. I would love ultimately to be cast on a sitcom that runs a very long time. Maybe like a Martin. Well, Martin didn't. Martin ran 5 seasons, but like a Friends or Seinfeld or something like that. And ultimately, man, I want to start my own production company where creatives of color can come and get their stories out the way that they want them put out. Because a lot of times in this business, you can write a movie, you can write a script for a pilot for a television series, and you have your vision in your mind of what you want it to look like. And then when it's picked up, the people that are the decision makers may want to change basically everything about what you created, and it's no longer your vision. I want creatives of color to be able to have a place that they can come to and say, listen, I know if this production company picks up my project, I'm going to put my vision out the way I wanted it to be put out. Just giving creatives back the power. And also, I'm an educator. Also, by day, I've taught, been a dean. I worked as an educator in different capacities because I also have a passion for helping young people and trying to impact lives. So I
Amen.
also I want to be able to do that on my own time.
Hmm.
My own way. So those are basically
I
my
see.
short and long term goals.
I see vision from you that
Oh,
you
okay.
want to impact kids.
Mhm.
And it's very
Mhm.
true because unfortunately, and it's the truth, we want to bring these kids away from the bad crowd.
Oh
You
yeah,
know, we
definitely.
we want to let them know there is a purpose, keyword, purpose in
There you
life,
go.
right?
There you
Purpose
go.
in your goals. And that's one thing what I believe I just heard from you. You have a
Definitely.
vision. You have a vision. You love kids. And
Mhm.
you want to have your own studio, just like Tyler
Yes.
Perry has his own studio. By the way, hey, you
Yes.
never know, you could work with Tyler Perry like Medea. Anyway,
Listen.
Medea is so funny. I love Medea.
Yeah,
and
well,
it,
I ain't putting on no dress. Sorry, Tyler. But to each his own. To each his own. I love that the brother has, given so many
well, come
opportunities
on, you
to
could do
so
it one
many up and
time.
coming. Nah, I'm good, man. I'm good.
I mean, I'm being honest. I mean, I'm pretty sure Tyler Perry thought the same thing. I'm
Well,
pretty sure. And he
yeah.
thought, there's no way I'm putting on a dress, right? And guess what?
Well, I kind of think he was all for it from the beginning. Just something tells me that he was. But I just want to be clear. I love that the brother, you see, to my point, how I said about getting out your projects the way you wanted them, the way you envisioned them, the way you wrote them down, and not having to go to a bigger, company or a bigger group to back you. He doing everything on his
Yeah.
own. So
And
I admire
one
that
thing
so much.
I want to say that he makes people laugh. And
Mm-hmm.
the reason I'm saying it, it's kind of like what I reason I'm saying kind of because you don't want to wear a dress. Just kidding.
Right.
Anyways, but um, it's amazing because you can go to a movie theater
Right.
and you see kids, teenagers, adults, elderly people watching a movie. Medea's Christmas,
Mm-hmm.
Medea's Halloween, and you just sit there and you look at every audience and they're all laughing, and it's like,
Right.
wow. Or you have a family at home and you're like, well, what should we do? And like, oh, let's
Right.
watch Medea's Christmas or
Mm-hmm.
Medea's Halloween, and the whole family's like, yeah, let's do that. And
Right.
it's good to bring family together, make everybody laugh. And
Oh,
that's one
definitely.
thing I want to give credit to Tyler Perry. Amazing, and it's a big plus because, like you said, comedy brings people together, brings
Yes.
happiness, and I know you will do it too. I'm gonna bring it
Oh,
up again,
thank
not
you so
wearing a
much.
dress, but
Right.
one day, if I ever see you in a dress, I'll be like, I remember Javon. He told me
You
not, and
you
there
you
he
will
is.
you won't see. You can go on record, man. You will not see me in a dress. That's one thing I always said when I started getting back active in show business, and I saw that was an ongoing trend. I said, nah, that ain't gonna be me. But once again, to each his own.
Right, right,
People's creative expression and their experience is their own.
yeah.
What's for me, may not be for
Mm-hmm,
somebody else, and
mm-hmm.
vice versa. You know what I
Hey,
mean?
Tyler
But
Perry could
I
be like,
do
here,
love that you
Jevon,
said,
put the dress on.
and I'd be like, I'm sorry, Mr. Perry. I have a lot of respect for you, but nah, I am sorry. But I wanted to echo something that you were saying once again. Like, one good thing about what he did with Medea and other things, it was something as to where if you do, me being a husband and a father of two teenagers now, my daughter, actually not even two teenagers, my daughter's 20, my son is 15. But being able to sit down and spend quality time with your family and watch a
Mm-hmm.
movie together. You know what I mean?
Amen.
That's one of my favorite things to do. Sit down and watch something together with my family. We love going to the movies, watching things and analyzing them and laughing. So anybody who provides a conduit for family and good vibes and moments that are teachable, I'm all for that. It just won't be in no damn dress. So shout out to Tyler Perry though. God bless you, brother. Keep doing what you're
Yes,
doing.
yes. We'll remember that.
Mhm.
I had to say a couple of times to see if you were gonna change your mind.
nah, I'm standing firm on
I
that.
was trying to put you on the spot again.
All right. Oh,
So
before I forget, I'm sorry, and
no,
I
you're
once
okay.
again, long. But before we get out of here, and it's on my heart to say this, I want to say rest in peace to the great Malcolm Jamal Warner
Oh
that played
yes.
Theo on the Cosby Show. I don't know his character on The Resident. I'm sorry. I actually just was watching a clip of him on The Resident. Amazing poet, rapper.
Mm-hmm.
People don't know that. The brother won a Grammy and just a great man, a family man. Just one of those throwbacks to what we don't have any enough of. Just a good person, a person that
100%. And
strives to be good. So rest in peace to that
I
brother. God bless his family.
I totally agree with you. I was devastated. I was shocked.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Same.
I love every comedian, everybody, and for me, it's just taught me something. Everybody taught me because my favorite TV show was The Glee. And you
Mm.
have
Do you sing? I'm sorry, I don't even cut you off. Do you sing?
no, no, but I watch it. I love Glee.
Okay, all right.
And Naira Via passed away. And
Yes,
it's just to me, life is short.
indeed it is.
And I treat people the way they want to be treated.
That's
And
right.
I love people. I show
Yes,
kindness to the community. And
beautiful.
I just want to, leave the world letting them know, remember me the way, that I treated them and also
Mhm.
pass it on to the next generation. So
Yes, that's beautiful.
I
Amen.
totally, my heart goes out to, Naira Veer.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
say her name a couple of times and,
right.
and everybody else that has been hit deeply. My thought and prayers go to every single family and friends out
Yes,
there.
yes, definitely, definitely. Rest in peace,
100%.
Malcolm Jamal Warner. God bless. Yes.
Um, I want to dig into this
Mhm.
because parents question.
Okay, great.
A lot of parents want to know if it's a good idea to put their kids in the entertainment industry if they're not already in it. Because a lot of kids, um, teenagers and younger, who want to get into the entertainment industry. What is your advice as a father who about putting your kids into the entertainment industry, letting them know that they need to be prepared, spotlights, and
Mhm.
getting prepared for not. I'm gonna be honest. This it's the truth. Everybody has this. Fans, non-fans on Instagram, social media, targeting
Oh
you.
yeah.
I mean, I
Oh
didn't want
yeah.
to say targeting. Giving you a hard time. What is your advice for parents? Do you think it's a good idea, or do you think they should just wait till they're 18 and then have to make their decision?
I would think it depends on the dynamic of the family, the parents and the children. I think I started off earlier saying that I acted for a while when I was younger. I acted. I used to go on auditions. I did a couple of films, And I myself, one day, me and my mother was at an audition. I told her I didn't want to do it anymore. And she said, well, you don't have to do it anymore. So
Mm-hmm.
she didn't try to force me to do it. That's what I would say to any parent. Like now, if your child, you see something in your child and they're talented and they want to pursue a career in entertainment, as a parent, you should support, whatever your child is interested in, as long as they're not harming themselves or anyone else, right? But make sure they do understand that this landscape is very how can I say, I don't want to say dangerous, but it can mess with your mental,
Mm-hmm.
because to your point, as you grow and get better, you're gonna have people that are jealous, that are envious. We live in a landscape of social media. When I was coming up and I was a kid, we didn't have to worry about that. But now you do have to worry about people saying negative things to you on social media. So I think it's about, being confident in yourself, having thick skin, and learning how to, shut off the noise and not listen to outsiders. I'm not going to get too preachy, but I think a big part of that is having faith in God, what I mean?
Amen.
And leaning on God and understanding
Mm-hmm.
through faith in God, you can do all things. But it can be scary to have your child wanting to pursue a career, where people are going to be judging
Mm-hmm.
them
Mm-hmm.
constantly. But if it's something that they are passionate about and they are talented and willing to put in the work, because a lot of kids from this generation, this era we live in now, you want things to happen right away. That's not how things usually
Right.
work. You got to put in that work, that sweat equity. So if there's a child that you see is talented, they're willing to work, and they have thick skin, but pursue, let them pursue it and support
Mm-hmm.
them, but do
Mm-hmm.
not, definitely don't force them, because there are
Amen.
parents, a lot of these Hollywood parents that are trying to live vicariously through their children that had dreams of being an actor or a singer or dancer and it didn't pan out for them. So now they trying to push that on their child. Don't do that. If your child wants to do it, just support them.
Amen. And anything can happen with God.
Indeed. Yes.
Amen.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Um, let's talk about movies
Mm-hmm.
that's been out in theaters.
Mm-hmm.
Is there any movies that you recommend that you saw that you recommend to the audience?
Sinners. I'll still say Sinners. I think everyone was, for the most part, was blown away. Of course, you don't have any film that everyone likes, but I just think it was a masterpiece from, many different levels. Shout out to Michael B. Jordan. You know what I mean? It did a great job acting in that film, and the great Ryan Coogler. And I'm going to say great Ryan Coogler because he has a lot of movies on his resume that have been
Mm-hmm.
outstanding, and I think those brothers are going to continue to grow and shine. But that's the last movie I actually saw. I heard Superman is kind of okay. I heard some controversial stuff about it. Maybe I'll go see it. And I grew up being a big fan of Karate Kid, so maybe I'll check out the
I
the new
saw
Karate Kid film.
Mission Impossible.
Oh yeah, how was that?
It was good. It
Okay,
was good. I
good,
can't
good,
do no
good.
spoilers because you haven't seen it, so I don't want
Yeah, yeah. No, no. Please don't.
to.
I'll
In the
check that out
audience,
too. Yeah.
um, if there is any actor or actress you would like to be on set with, who would it be and why?
All right. Two come to mind really quickly. I told you Martin Lawrence is like my comedic idol, man.
Mm-hmm.
That's a dude that I saw do stand up and how energetic and physical he is, how his material was relatable. And then the iconic television show Martin that played a big role in my life and like during my college years and after that, just a cultural icon. And then man, the goat of acting to me is Denzel Washington. Um,
Oh
I've met a lot of
yes.
celebrities, been around a few celebrities, and I'm the type of guy. I'm kind of even kill. I try not to get too crazy, but I would be extremely excited if I was blessed to be on set with either one of those brothers. Just amazing, amazing at
Mm-hmm.
what they do. So those two people. Now if I had to pick another one, maybe Angela Bassett, man. I just think her
Okay.
her her body of work is just something that needs to be,
Mm-hmm.
looked at and respected, and we got to salute her for the body of work that she has created. So I would say those three people.
I totally agree with you. I like those
Mhm.
three. Any upcoming acting roles that you're allowed to talk about?
Well, I was telling you that my friend. my colleague, my writing partner, and I, Gregory Griffin, just co-wrote a film with a few other creatives called Spur of the Moment. We're looking to shoot that in October, God willing. So I will be, starring in that. Although I was one of the writers on it too. That's probably one of the biggest things I'm looking forward to, because once again, it's something that we created in our own voice, our own ideas, and we trying to shoot it on our own, not going to one of these big studios and trying to get it done. So that's like my baby that I got on the radar right now coming up. Look out for it, Spur of the Moment. Google it. We got a Seed and Spark campaign that we doing, trying to raise money to shoot it, because we already put up 20,000 of our own money that we raised through grants or whatever like that. But we need a little help from the people out there.
Mm-hmm.
But that's my next big thing that I'm working.
Amazing.
Thank you.
Amazing. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
You're very welcome. Well, Jevon, I appreciate you coming on.
No, I appreciate you having me and being patient, because you could have said, this guy done canceled on me a couple of times already. Sorry, pal. That's it.
No, I don't do that. I'm being
Good.
honest. I don't.
Good.
I love everybody in the entertainment
Beautiful.
industry. We're a
Beautiful.
family.
Okay. That's
And
beautiful. Yes.
I understand we get busy, I'm
Yes.
being honest,
Yeah.
audition, being on set. So,
Yes.
and I always wanted to have you on.
Oh,
Um,
thanks so
and
much. Thanks
I
so much.
appreciate it. And it means the bottom of my heart because hearing everybody's stories,
Yes.
how they got into the in, industry,
Right.
being a comedian, being an actor, etc.
Yes.
It's amazing. It can be emotional, it can be powerful,
Yes.
but everybody has a story. Everybody who says their own personal story,
Yes.
why they're doing this,
Yep.
and I've been hearing storytelling a lot.
Mm-hmm.
You
Yeah.
we want to change the audience in the room. You want to
Mm-hmm.
change them. We hope, and as yourself as a comedian, an actor, we hope that if they leave your area when you've done your comedy, you hope you change that one person or change some people in that room. Same in a
That's
movie
right.
theater. When you watch a movie or you have your movie out, you hope the audience will be like, ah, wow,
Yes.
this changed me. I had to think about what this line was about. That is storytelling. That is impacting the community. That's how we're going
Yes.
to change people slowly. And that to me is powerful. So,
Amen. Well
Javon, keep it
said,
up.
brother.
I mean, I'm
Thank
being
you.
serious. Your story is not done. Your
Thank
journey is not done. God has a plan for each and one of us.
you. Yes.
I know you're gonna get a studio,
Thank you.
uh, and you're gonna keep changing people. May not notice it,
All
but
right.
you're going to. So I just want to give a big shout out to you, Javon.
That means a lot. Thanks so much, man. I appreciate that. And listen, I wish you continued success and
Yes,
success
thank
beyond your
you.
wildest dreams, because I'm
And
big on
also,
vibes, man. I could tell you're a great person, and
well,
I love
I
your energy.
appreciate it because I love what I'm doing. I
Beautiful.
love it,
Beautiful.
and it's just all the community we have, the
Right.
actors, the comedian and directors. We all come together, and we're telling people this is not a thick skin. This is not a thick skin. It's not
Right.
easy breezy,
Right.
right?
That's right.
Or bitter, right?
Right.
It's
That's right.
not. It is tough. It is challenging, but it's fun. Don't
Yeah.
give up. Keep the
That's right.
courage. Keep the faith. And like you said, anything can happen with God.
That's
Amen.
right.
I'm a
That's right.
believer in God.
Beautiful.
I'm gonna say I'm a believer in Jesus Christ, and He's my Savior. Anything
All
can
right.
happen with Him.
That's right. That's right. Amen,
So,
brother. Thanks so much
Javon,
for having me.
I can't wait to have you back. We are gonna stay in touch.
Yes.
I want to have you back on and
I would
talk to you
love to
again
come
for your
back.
next adventure and your next project.
Okay. Thanks so much. Let's do it. All right.
All right, thank you, Javon. I'll talk to you soon.
Take care,
All
man.
right,
God
bye bye.
bless.